Okay, the first question says the graph of a system of two linear equations is a pair of lines that intersect at a single point. Okay, so if they intersect at a single point, how many solutions does the system have? They share that one common point. They share that x and y. Okay, so there'll be one solution. Which expression can you substitute for x in 3x plus y equals 2? Well, it says in the second equation that x equals 1 minus 6y. Okay, so in this up here, we can take out the x and put in 1 minus 6y. So that's what we can substitute x with. Number 3 says the graph of a system of two linear equations is a pair of lines that intersect at a point where x is 2 and y is 2. Which statement is true of the system? Well, if it intersects at 2, 2, then that's the solution, right? Your solution is 2, 2. Okay. Just to, here's your x, here's your y, right? The two lines intersect at x is 2, y is 2, right? So there's one line, there's another line, they intersect at 2, 2. That's the solution. Okay. All right. Number 4, which is the solution to x 2x minus 1? 2x minus y equals 14. 5x plus y equals 7. Let's go ahead. It looks like we can use elimination here. So I'm going to go ahead and cross out the y's because they have the same number opposite sign, right? Same coefficient opposite sign. So let me add everything else. 2x plus 5x is 7x. 14 plus 7 is 21. Divide by 7, I get x equals 3. And then it looks like the only option where x equals 3 is option B. Okay, none of the other ones have x equaling 3. Number 5 says two linear equations have the same slope and y-intercept. How many solutions does a system of these similar linear equations have? Alright, they have the same slope and same y-intercept. Okay, so if I draw coordinate plane, there's my x, there's my y. Alright, so they have the same y-intercept and the same rise over run. Right, there's one line with there's a y-intercept and then same with a particular rise over run. The next one has the same exact y-intercept and the same rise over run. They're the same line. Okay, so it's going to be infinite solutions. Number 6 says the graph of a system of two linear equations is a pair of lines that intersect at 4, 3. How many solutions does this system have? Well, they intersect at 4, 3. Okay, so let's draw it out. Here's my x, 4, negative 3. My y is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. They intersect down here. Right? Graph system of two linear equations. So one line goes like that. Another line goes like that. Well, they intersect there. 4, negative 3. Well, that's one solution. Okay. Right, number 7. Solve the system by graphing both equations. Use the grid below. Okay, so let's graph that first line. Y-intercept is negative 5. And the slope is a negative 3 over 1. So I'm going to go down 3, right 1. 1, run out of space. I still keep going. 1, 2, 3, right 1. I know my graph is going to go in that direction. So I got to go up 3, left 1. Finishing it off to the other side. Okay, so there's the first line. That slope is negative 3, y-intercept is negative 5. And then the other one is y equals 2x. So it's y equals 2x plus 0. So it's the one set to 0, and the slope is 2 over 1. So go up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1. Okay, so graph is going to go like that, and I just have to finish it off to the left. So we go down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1. You can see the intersection is right there, and x is negative 1, y is 2. So it's a negative 1, comma 2. Sorry, negative 1 and negative 2. Okay, so we want option A. Number 8 says a system of linear equations is graphed below. So there's the y equals negative 2x plus 6 graph. Okay, and then there's the y equals 4x plus 0 graph. Okay, alright, so it looks like they intersect right there. That looks like x is 1, y is 4. So that's option C. Over to the back. Similar question to the one we had on the front. Which expression can you substitute for y in 4x plus y equals 7? Well, it says y equals 3 minus x. Okay, so we can substitute 3 minus x for y into that other equation. Number 10. Okay, it says Pierre starts with $200 and spends $25 a week. Jean starts with $20 and saves $20 a week. The graph shows the equation. The equations using x for time and y for savings. Okay, so let's go ahead here and label which one is which. So Jean starts with $200 and then spends $25 a week. Alright, so this one must be Jean. She starts with 200, okay, and then spends $25 a week. So she's losing money, right? $25 a week. Okay. And then starts, oh no, that's Pierre, sorry. So this is Pierre. Starts with 200, spends $25 a week. Jean starts with 20, so it looks like there's 5 lines before, or 4 lines before the 100. It's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So Jean starts with 20, and then she saves $20 a week. So she is, she's putting money into her account. So her account's going up. So this one is Jean. Okay, so Jean's over here, and Pierre is over here. Okay. Alright, so which equation, choose the equation for Pierre's savings. Alright, so Pierre starts with 200, right? So we know it's A, B, C, or D. It's not A, B, or C. It's not D. And then he spends $25 a week. So minus 25x. So this is the equation for Pierre's. Okay. Choose the equation for Jean's savings. And the next one. So Jean has $20. Okay. And then she saves $20 a week, so she's adding $20 every week. X. Okay, so that's option D. At how many weeks do Pierre and Jean have the same amount of money? So we can just kind of look at the graph here. Right there is where they have the same amount of money. That's at 4 weeks. Number 13 says the graph of a system of 2 linear equations is a pair of parallel lines with no points of intersection. So they don't share any points. How many solutions does the system have? So you have 2 parallel lines, right? No intersection. So no solutions. Alright, choose. Next one says choose the solution for the system equations below. Okay, so this one, what we're going to do is so one thing is you can plug in the x and y and see which one works. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and do the steps on this one. So this one I'm going to solve for y here, so I'm going to subtract 2x minus 2x. Okay. So I have this. Y equals 3 minus 2x, or negative 2x plus 3. I'm just going to do 3 minus 2x. Okay. So 3 minus 2x. And then what I'm going to do now, since y equals 3 minus 2x, I'm going to stick it into that y. Okay. So it says here 3. Then y is 3 minus 2x equals 3x minus 9. Okay, so it looks like I have a parentheses. I got to distribute that 3 into. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and distribute 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6x equals 3x minus 9. Alright, got x's on both sides of the equal sign, so I'm going to add the 6x, add the 6x. Okay, let me get this. 9 equals 9x minus 9. Okay, I'm going to get the x by itself on the right hand side now. So I'm going to go ahead and add 9 to both sides. 9x equals to 18. And then the last step is divide by 9. So x equals 2. Okay. Alright, so x has to equal 2. So it looks like we can cross out B and we can cross out C. Alright, so if x equals 2, let's go ahead and go back to either equation here. It doesn't matter which one we go to. I'm going to go ahead and go back to this one, the second equation out here. So I got 2x plus y equals 3. I know now that x is 2, so I'm going to plug 2 in here. So that's 2 times 2 plus y equals 3. So that's 4 plus y equals 3. And then the last step is just to subtract that 4. Y equals negative 1. There it is right there. 2 negative 1, not a. Okay. And both of these, if I plug into the beginning, right, I can see at the beginning, I could have just plugged in x is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus negative 1 is 3. Okay, and then for this one, I would have a 6 minus 9. This would be negative 3. And 3 times negative 1 is negative 3 on the left, so it works for both equations. Okay. Alright, number 15, you use a catering, you're throwing a party, and we are choosing a catering service. Riley's Ribs charges $90 for setup and $35 per guest meal. So for Riley's Ribs, okay, right here for Riley's Ribs, it's y equals 35x plus 9. There's the initial charge of 90. There's the rate of $35 per guest meal. Okay, Luke's charges $450 for setup and $25 per guest meal. So 25x, there's your rate, $25 per guest. Okay, plus 450. Alright, so we're going to choose the one that looks like this for number 15, 35. So you want 35 and x together. So you want option C. Okay, so I put it in slope-intercept form. These are also actually in slope-intercept form, but the b and the mx are flipped. So we got the 25x plus 450, 35x and 9. Okay, so the next question is at how many guests would both companies cost the same rates? Cost the same. So what I'm going to do is to get that, I'm just going to set both equations equal to each other. And x equals guests, right? X equals guests. So I'm going to solve for x after I set them equal to each other. So I'm going to set here 90 plus 35x equals 450 plus 25x. Okay, so I'm going to set both equations equal to each other. Looks like I got x's on both sides. I'm going to subtract 25x. Okay. So on the left side I have 90 plus 25, 35 minus 25 is 10. 450. Right. So now I'm going to subtract this 90, then divide by 10 to get the x by itself. So I'm going to subtract 90. So I get 10x equals 450 minus 90 is 360. And then the last step is 10 divided by 10. Okay, so at 36 guests, both companies would cost the same thing. Okay. Alright, so that's the critical point, is at 36 guests. Okay, so when should each company be used for best price? Well, it looks like here for Riley's, it's more expensive in the beginning because the initial cost is 35x plus 9. So let me think about this for a second here. Oh yeah, so Riley's costs more at the beginning. No, Luke's costs more at the beginning because the initial charge is 450. Then the rate is smaller. The rate is smaller than Riley's. Okay? So Luke's is more expensive in the beginning, which means Riley's is cheaper in the beginning. Okay, or the total cost for Riley's because the initial value is smaller than Riley. Okay, so and we know that at 36 people, the cost will be the same. Okay, so Riley's is cheaper with less than 36 people. If there are less than 36 people, Riley's will be cheaper because its initial cost is cheaper. The rate for long term, in terms of long term, right after more than 36 people, Riley's will end up costing more. But in the beginning, it's cheaper.